Good morning. It's Sunday, the 25th of July. Welcome to the Sunday Parade, Model Officers Mess, Facebook group, and the Model Officers YouTube that you're watching on, potentially. Anyway, hope you're all well. 6 people watching already, so thank you for joining me. We'll have a look at the chat in a second. Make sure you say hello. Can I remind you, at the offset, make sure you do a thumbs up or thumbs down. It's up to you. It takes exactly the same amount of time and effort. But a thumbs up will help push and promote the channel within the algorithms and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, if you've got a couple of seconds to do that, that would be wonderful. In this week's thing, we're going to go through a few bits and pieces. On the Facebook page, we're also going to go through what I've been doing on the bench, which is not a great deal, if I'm honest. And we'll talk about 3 weeks ago as well, when we last did the parade. Obviously, if we kick off with that, actually, we've been doing the Rumble in the Jungle diorama, and apologies. Hopefully you saw the post that I put up and a comment, or maybe the comment in the video. I advised you wrong on how to do the water effect on the waterfall, and I kicked myself something rotten, and all it was that I hadn't prepared myself mentally for what I was doing. So, yeah, the waterfall was a fail, and the reason being is I put colour into the structural gel to form a blue. He says, trying to reach across to grab some of this. Yeah, you see that? Anyway, I'll show you later on. Basically, it gave it a blue tint, and that was the wrong thing to do. What I should have done, and what I have done, and I'll show you in a minute. is if you want to make a water effect like a waterfall, the best thing to do is to paint the surface of where the water will be in different colours to create depth and all that sort of thing. But to make sure the colour's on the base, then you put the structure gel on top. As it dries, use a brush stippling effect on the brush to create some wavage. And then what I also did was I then put some of the structural gel on glass like that. And again, I'll show you in a minute or two. Just clear, that's all. And then you glue that on top of your painted area. And then all you do is you highlight the waves with a bit of dark deck tan or something like that. Not white. You want a slightly off color white. And then that gives you a better effect. But I'll show you that. So apologies. Yeah, if only I knew what I was doing. But, you know, it's good that I made a mistake. And it's good you can see how not to do it as well. But wasn't really the purpose. Anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look at Sue's in the chat. First in there today is Scale Model Ninja saying good morning all. Good morning, mate. How you doing? Johnny Burton, now been from the Facebook group, is there saying good morning. Good morning, Johnny. Nigel, the Ginger Ninja Models, is there saying good morning. Morning, mate. And he's ever so impressed that he's got a fellow ninja with him today. Indeed. The lovely Festa saying good morning, James. Good morning, Festa. Hope you're well, mate. And I hope you're out of the hospital now after your op, I'm hoping. I'm not heard anything different. Sorry, just getting comfortable. But I hope you're on the mend. So, and if you are in the hospital, let us know, just so we've got an idea. Lewis saying good morning again, James. Yes, Lewis, you seem to be all over the place today. I think you might be, what's that they call it? Yeah, maybe you'll follow me around. Can't think what the phrase is. What like that? It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We have a Facebook user there. Say good morning all, and I am very quickly just trying to look on my other screen to see who that is. If you are watching on Facebook, it gives me a good segue actually. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you allow Facebook to show your name in StreamYard. Just click on the link that's within the bits and pieces, and it will allow your name to pop up. And that's Eric. So welcome, Eric, indeed. We've got this chat is moving around. We've got Scotty, S3 Model Works, and good morning, everyone. Morning and talking amongst yourselves. Let's see that. Oh. Well, Colin's saying good morning to Ross. It's in there. It's having a good old chat. It's good to see you in the chat, to be honest, Colin. An update from him. Oh, stop it, James. I'm blushing. Up on the 12th. Oh, okay. I was keeping it in the MRI. Showed another problem. Oh, right. Okay. It was kept in because his MRI showed another problem. Okay. Well, hopefully they get you in and get it sorted. So, we have got. So you'll be on today at 12 after 12:30 after me with the lovely Dave. Bob Russell Mossels is saying good morning, James. Hope you are well. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. I really am. And Colin's just reminded me, Stalker. That's not Stalker James, as in that is my name. It's not my name. Lewis is a stalker because he's following me around. Yeah, that is the word that was right there, but I couldn't see it. And Scott's just saying no, he's a groupie. I'm not going to go there. And Fess just saying yes, I hope so as well. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully you'll get in and you'll come out a new man. So anyway, let us know what you are working on if you're at the bench this lovely weekend. Maybe you're spending some family time, or maybe you have been allowed to go and sit at the bench and do some stuff, let me know. Talking of which, I will take us over to my bench and I will show you what I've been playing with of late. But before I do that, let me scoot back because there. Oh no, I'll do that in a minute. That's fine. Cool. Okay, we're at the bench, James. Move on. Right. Okay. So let's talk about the diorama. So this is the said diorama. Obviously, if you remember correctly, I put some different colours in the water effect down the hill. Didn't look very nice. And then I put some raw amber in the water effect along here. Now, unfortunately, what that did is it made it look like someone had got very loose bowels and hadn't made it home and, yeah, dropped his load, so to speak. So I fixed that. I put a little bit more structural gel over the top. I've toned in the amber with a little bit of the other colour that I used on the base here, and then put the structural gel on top and highlighted the ripples to give the movement of water effect. And as you can see on the actual water here itself, all I've done is, like I said, on here, he says, grab that. So on this piece of glass, you can see there is the structural gel. I put some on there, made some ripply effects, cut it and placed it in here to create our falling water effect. And then once that's all fixed in place, I've gone over it with a little bit of dark, deck tan to highlight the bumps and ridges. Felt like it was a little bit too much originally, so I've taken a little bit out since. But yeah, so there you go. That is our diorama as it stands right now. So we're on the closing stages. Thank goodness for that. It has dragged on a little bit. So yeah. So again, apologies for that. But you know, you've learned how not to do it, and now you can see how to do it. So that's a bonus, really. And I can't pick my glass up. So let's put this back over there. So that's the diorama. We're not going to bang on about that too much today. What else have I been working on? I have managed a little bit of time to create something a little bit different, which is this. This is the Ryfield Models T3485, and hopefully the turret won't fall off and I fixed it properly. All I've done is I've just painted it in a silver primer, and then I have gone over it with a steel colour from Revell, number whatever that is. I can't remember off the top of my head. 91, I think it is, something like that. The idea behind this is going to be slightly different. I didn't want to do a green tank. So what I'm going to do, I did a little bit of research, and as it turns out, in the Battle of Stalingrad, they had a factory there that was making tanks like these. And what happened was, as the Germans came closer to the city, the factory was evacuated, but there were a few workers left behind, knocking out the odd tank here and there. But obviously, they've run out of supplies, they've run out of paint, and other bits and pieces. And it does actually, although it's not confirmed, but it does actually state that some of the factory workers made some tanks and then manned them as well and took them out without paint on them. So obviously the steel isn't going to be shiny. I'm going to try my best to try and attack it so it looks as I think it should do as a new tank. It wouldn't be shiny. The steel would be weathered in some description through the processes of manufacture. So I don't know how it's going to work out. It might end up just being painted green, but that's the process that I'm on at the moment. I have put some burnt exhaust on the exhaust there because obviously the covers are here. Yes, so plodding along, the wheels are just behind me. I won't bother showing you, they're just wheels, but the wheels are all glued together. They've got to be primed, etc. But that's the idea, is it's going to be something a little bit different, as you probably would expect from me anyway. So there you go. So that's been on my bench, and the tracks are all painted as well and all that sort of stuff, so that'd be quite fun to do. So going back to Rumble in the Jungle, as I have fully shown, I did paint Nelly. I wasn't very happy with it. In some respects, it looked quite nice, but in others, it just didn't look right to me. So an Asian elephant, if you don't know, the difference between an Asian elephant and an African elephant is that the colours are on an Asian elephant are numerous. So they're not just grey. It is pinks, yellows, blacks, browns, all sorts of things. It's very, very strange sort of skin, unlike the African, which is pretty much grey. But what I've done is take it back to primer, and I've got myself to this point now where I have put a little bits of pink in. It's like a rosy brown, I think this is, the lighter pinky colours. And then the browny colour you can see is actually English uniform, model colour 921. And what I've done is just gone around it literally to give it a little bit of patches here and there. And we will attack that with some colours and some sponge. And then what we'll do is we'll just make the colours up, dip sponge in, take most of the paint off, and literally very, very lightly sponge effect. So that's how I'm going to do that. But I'm going to do that off air, well, potentially. I might do it a little bit later on, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's been on my bench. That's what I've been up to. I have got one other thing in which is, bear with me, she's just over here. Where is it? Oh yes, there it is. So the other thing I have been working on as well is this, and this is the base for a railway wagon. Not overly exciting. It's just some styrene, some plastic, and a bit of balsa. But yeah, we're going to make up a couple of wagons in different parts of use, shall we say. Yeah, so that'll be a diorama at some point. It'll be quite a big one, unfortunately, because it's quite a big. Wagons are quite big. Who knew that? So yeah, that's everything that's been on my bench. Let's have a look to see what is on, what you've been up to and what you've got going on, if there's anything in the chat. 13 people watching. Mark from Edinburgh Modelling Man Cave is saying good morning all. Morning, Mark. Lewis says, not a stalker, just my wife's away, and I enjoy your shows, James. Very informative and helpful. Bless your heart. And Eric is there. The other major difference between an Indian and an African elephant is the ear size. Indians, like yours, have smaller ears, and the Africans' ears are much bigger. That's very true. Yeah. Yeah. So who knew when I picked out an elephant figure that I would do a little bit of research, which research isn't my thing. I've got to be honest. I normally just try and do things off the hoof. But who knew that would become so complicated? But it certainly has, surprisingly so. But yeah, a lot of differences in the colours, the tones of an elephant. Oh, there you go. Steve's in the house and get the dinner on Lewis. Oh, Steve's going round to Lewis's for dinner by the look of it. That's nice. Welcome to be with us, Steve. Lewis just responding, not yet, Steve. Going to do it for tea. Oh, okay. You're going to starve the children until later on in the day. Economics. Love it. Right. So, yeah, that's what's on my bench. Like I say, in the chat, tell us what's on your bench, what you got planned for your modelling delights today or later on this week. And we can see what we're up to. What I want to make sure I do is go over to the Model Officers Mess Facebook page. He says, clunk, click, 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 and clunk. Just going to get the tab up. Stand by, caller. There we go. So this is the Model Officers Facebook page, and we put links up 4 times a week for your delights to be shared and all the rest of it. And what I'd like to try and do every now and again is go on there and show what people have been working on. So this is the post from Saturday, about 17 hours ago, and this is what people have posted they've been doing. So the first up is Clive. Saying he's put his Edward 148 BF 109E work in progress. It's looking good now. And I know for a fact underneath those is a bit of pink he's put underneath for the yellow, so that's pretty cool. Oh, here you go. Respraying the U-boat, as wasn't happy with the weathering. Yeah, Steve's had the same sort of thing as I have just recently, where not happy with what and how he's doing things. So the U-boat has been resprayed. Sitting there watching it dry, I think. Now then, I must say I've seen this already, but I'm going to share it anyway because I think it's amazing. ML Hidden in Barn is finished. Figures by Talieri, the ML by Trumpeter Gross, AliExpress, Barnes is scratch built. An amazing diorama from Don. And I do love it. So we'll have a little look at what he shared with us. There we go. We've got a couple of figures there looking on. Not sure you've hidden that very well in that barn. Very cool. Oh, I was at the wrong side. Busy fixing it. You've got your dog there. You've got pigs in the background there. You've got chickens inside as well. There's a lot going on in this diorama, but it does look really good. Really, really good. And the barn especially looks fantastic. I do love a good bit of scratch building. And I love the tonal differences in the grass as well. Does such a good job on it, he has. And lovely Don Pedro. A couple more from him still. As you can see, look, chickens up on that in the loft there. And you can just see the back of the pig just there. Only thing missing from this diorama is pigeons. If you wanted to squeeze something else into it, just pigeons. That's all. Yeah. Late for duty. Back on his bike. So much going on. Brilliant work done. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, Ferry is next, working on the 172nd IBG Scamel Pioneer SV25. Lots of small PE parts to deal with. And I can hear Lewis going, oh, PE. Oh, PE. Very nice. Johnny Burton, who is in the chat there. This is his latest offering, getting a few touch-ups done on the 148 Seafire. Good job. That looks really nice, John. Cool. Some old wizard. This is myself just showing that I can post some posts in the chat every now and again. I used to do it all the time, but I just don't get as much time as I want at the bench anymore. But yeah, this is my T3485. There you go. Colin Patterson with the Land Rover 109 series, a 135th from Revell. Work in progress. Looking good. Oh, this looks nice. This is Giuseppe. Tom Hanks, Saving Private Ryan, figure bust. I'm guessing 1/16th figure bust, maybe 1/6. I think it's 1/6, maybe 1/16th. I don't know, but yeah, nice. I like that. Pretty cool on that. Well done, Giuseppe. Chris Meddings. Wow. Now that's a nice paint job. Chris Meddings is doing his figure. That looks really cool. Thank you for sharing that, Chris. Very nice indeed. Baz, he's obviously tracking away today. Yeah, I've got some of that to come. I'm looking forward to doing that. There's a lot to be said for rubber band tracks. Maybe not all positive, but at least you don't stick and glue them together. But yeah, there you go. Thanks for sharing, Baz. Oh, Simon's up next, working on the groundwork. Wow, that's looking interesting. Nice bit of railway. Can't remember what he's building and go on it though. Oh my goodness. Gustav's up next, back from holiday this afternoon and straight back to the bench. Well, actually, dinner table. Since this particular project requires more space, I'm about to tackle the Hotel Desire from Charlie Fox Models. This is a rather famous building, building from Catalan. But I will salute it elsewhere in Normandy. PVA at the ready. Yeah, so there's quite a few of these kits going out at the moment. All laser cut wood. Interesting. I am very interested to see how that comes together. They can be, well, I was going to say they're pricey, but I don't think they're that pricey really for what they are. I mean, you can make them, obviously, but if you prefer to go down this route, they do look good. There's quite a few of them knocking around. Cool. Looking forward to see that come along. Eric, who's in the chat, is up next. I will come to the chat, talking of which, in a second. Just do Eric's first. Arado 234B, 1/72 scale from Dragon Kit. Progress. Elevator and rudder controls mounted. Cockpit mated to fuselage. Getting ready to mount the engines. Wow. Very nice. And on this picture, the engines are installed. And the master cat is going to master camera. He has to install the mast, the canopy that is mast, and he'll be ready to paint. I'm sorry, I didn't put my teeth in this morning. Let's have a quick look at the chat while we're on Eric. Mark's just confirming that Lewis, the dinner is at 11:20. No, I don't think that's what you said. Scott is just saying there, he's I almost completed the German recon car this month. Do I have to start another? Need to keep up with my found figures painting skills before I lose them. Yeah, practice, Scott. They definitely do. Mark's just saying, I'm still working away on the Tacom T29. Need to add some detail on wiring before priming today. Okay, so this is what people have got on their bench. Lewis has got a T-72 Russian tank on his bench. Mark's just saying that for the record, the T-29 is number 14 build this year. Yes, you don't need to rub it in, Mark. Thank you. Scott is just saying, was working on the Tacom T54 until I discovered a missing sprue, which is pretty essential. Oh no! Have you contacted the company and asked them for a spare sprue? Hope so. They're pretty good. He's just saying, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I think what it is that he has decided to pay someone to do all the chores that he needs to do, so he can concentrate at the bench. I think that's what he's doing. So Scott's just saying, I don't know how you do it, Mark, but that's impressive indeed. And Don Pedro is there saying hello to me and everyone else. So yeah, Don's there. Yeah, Mark's done very well this year. He's certainly got into a nice little pattern with his work. Harry's up next saying that looking to start this beauty, ordered the bits needed to convert it to the Canadian Leopard C1, which is a West German Leopard, obviously there in the box. That'd be interesting. Is there a lot to convert to that? I wouldn't know. Well, hopefully he'll post up the differences and the extras, so that's cool. Harry's quite prolific at his posting. Another little post from Eric as well. He's starting to paint the interior of the 253. Couldn't decide whether it should be the same colour as the interior desert yellow, or it should be left. They left the interior Panzer grey. I've seen photos of both ways, but those were only museum samples, not actually wartime photos. So I don't know is the honest answer, but one thing I do know is that some of the equipment that was sent over with a pot of paint. It didn't come resprayed. They did them there. So, and some of them were done on the boat as well, apparently. On the way. So there is every possibility that they could be still German grey inside. Stephen Merton's put a picture in there. I don't know why you put it there, Stephen. Bit weird. Did I miss a comment? Anyway. We'll come back to that at some point. I think probably he has accidentally put it in the wrong place. But we'll see if he has posted somewhere else. I don't think he has, no. Oh well. Our last picture is Lewis, and this is his attempts at colour modulation on the tank surfaces. Looks really good. He bought a special set for it, but he's done a cracking job. Really enjoyed it. He's also tried the chipping technique of using Copydex or Marscal. Same stuff. On top of your primer, and then spray over top, and then peel it off. So you can see the little bits here and there. Gives you a really good 3D effect instead of using a sponge or sort of thing. But yeah, well worth giving it a go. I love it personally. But yeah, he's done a cracking job. He's getting a taste for it all this weather in now. He is, so he told me. So I foresee a lot more weathered dioramas coming our way. And strategically placed, a very nice looking mug. So there you go. Well done. Stefan, I will go back to your picture if you are watching. But you clearly have made an error and stuck it in the wrong place with no descriptions, which is even worse. But anyway, you're forgiven. So nice looking truck there, and Jeep and airborne troops just there as well. And a bit of townage Yeah, I like that. So there you go. Anyway, that is the builds that you've posted up this week. So thank you very much for sharing your work. Some great work there. Yeah, well done you. So we'll just catch up with the chat very quickly. So Scale Model Ninja has got some Night Haunt and Dread. Yeah, some of those. That's what he's working on his bench, plus a 1/72 Airfix Vosper MTB. Mark saying, a very understanding wife, but it's mostly I'm doing 2 hours bottling work a day straight after work. So he's coming in from work, saying to his darling wife, no, you get dinner ready, love. I'm far too busy. And going into his man cave. It's always good to have a good working relationship with your partner to allow you to get on with your hobbies. Excuse me 1 second while I just wet my whistle, because I am struggling. Now, before I go any further, there is something in which I need your help with. Those of you probably know, I do a podcast with Malcolm Childs, just making conversation. And there are several scale model podcasts out there, but they do a challenge between the podcasts. And this year we've been invited to take part. Called the Mystery Cup. And basically a kit is selected and sent to us, and we have to build it, take some pictures of it, and then it's judged by judges in Canada. And this is the kit that I've been sent. We've all been sent kits similar to this, but clearly you know me well enough to know that I don't want to do out of the box. So my appeal to you, or call to action if you like, is that if you've got some ideas of how you might envisage this particular kit to be put together, paint schemes, etc., why don't you send me a message? I will put a post up later on today on the Facebook group, but you can make a comment in the video below on YouTube. You can PM me, or when I put the post up, which will be later on today, you can put your suggestions in there. Obviously, it's a Bandai kit, so it's, the build shouldn't be too complicated. I'm looking forward to it. It's very much out of my comfort zone, but as I say, I don't want to do that the way it is. So I will do an inbox review of it, and I'm hoping that once I start it, I'm going to do a couple of videos to show how I've done it and how I've achieved whatever I've achieved. But I've got a couple of ideas in my head, but I thought maybe you guys might have a better idea or a better wacky imagination that will help increase the challenge to this. Not that I want the challenge, but it just make it interesting. I do like it to be as challenging as possible, but yeah, be kind. But yeah, if you can think of a scheme or something, or a setting or whatever that you would maybe use it on this, that would be cool. So let me know. Like I say, I'll put the post up in the next hour or so, or send me a message, or put a message in the video on this video on YouTube in the comments, and then I can jiggle everything up. And what I might do, don't know, depends how wacky the suggestions are, but what I might do is I might even put it out to tender for people to choose, but there's only about a 10 or 15% chance of that. I'm hoping that I'm going to have a brainwave and go, I know exactly what I'm going to do. But yeah, there you go. So there you go. That's your call to action. Let me know what you think or how you think I should present this particular kit, so we can bring the Mooseru Cup back to the UK for the very first time. Take it off the Australian, American, Canadians. Don't give them a chance. It'd be good to get a cup, wouldn't it, this year? I mean, we missed out on one already, so maybe I can bring it home. I can bring it home for the UK. No pressure, James. There you go. Yes, so let me know what your thoughts are. Right, now a quick look at the chat, and then what I think we could do is it's coming up for 12. What I might do is I might call it a day. There is something else I need to ask you, so bear with me a second. Let's go through the chat first. Oh, I'm just going to ignore that comment from Lewis because it just doesn't even deserve to be acknowledged. It's silly. So Scotty's saying damage it. Rifle damage, like a rail gun or plasma gun. Okay. Barbarossa Models says, "Wow, James, that kit is certainly something a little different." Yes, very different. Colin's throwing out the full military camo job in the real world, James. Yes, that's good. That is an option. That is definitely an option. I like that. Scotty agrees, says it's a good idea. Mark is just trying to teach Lewis the difference between Transformers and Gundams. It's a waste of effort, Mark, honestly. He probably's not seen the film anyway. Skull Model Ninja said, paint it pink with Hello Kitty stickers and have it doing domestic chores like the ironing. Yes, that won't offend anyone, will it? Different metal colours. Yeah, there's a couple of ideas for me. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not sure I'll do the metal, if I'm honest, but yeah. I was thinking maybe derelict of some description. It is a combat suit after all, so it could have been abandoned. I've had a bit of a Google at different places to see give me some sort of ideas, but nothing's jumped out at me terribly. Although I won't go into detail, but the camo idea that Colin said, I have thought of a couple maybe out of that genre, if you like. Yeah, so that could be interesting. But yeah, keep those suggestions coming. We might find that the ultimate one that is worth doing. So cool. I was thinking about doing the elephant live, but I don't want to. The reason being is that if I muck it up, I will be quite annoyed with myself because when we're doing a live show, or when I'm doing a live show, it feels a little bit pressured, and I over pressurize myself. So I will continue with that in the background a little bit later on. Now, there was something else I wanted to ask you, wasn't there? Oh, yes, I know what it was. Obviously, the last couple of weeks, there's not been a Sunday parade. I've put some inbox reviews out at the same time. What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, I've had some feedback on the actual the product itself, the inbox reviews, some positive comments, so that's really cool. What do you think about the time? The parade being this early, is the time inconvenient? Is the day inconvenient? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments of this video on YouTube or on Facebook. The reason being is I'm thinking of changing the format, changing the way I do things. Work has changed slightly, obviously, the world being the way it is. I'm not at home all the time like I have been for the majority of the last 18 months. So work has increased for me and my commitment. So let me know what you like, what you don't like, and what you might want to see in the future. So that'd be good. I have got a couple more inbox reviews coming up. There is the Spitfire build coming up. That would be the Edward Spitfire with Brazin, whatever, added detail engine. the bits that I were missing have been kindly sent by Edward. So thank you very much, Edward, for sending me those bits. And these were, funny enough, the first parts of that were on the instructions. So I physically couldn't do anything to start. So we've now got that. I can now start that. That would be for the Plastic Posse's podcast group build for Edward or Tamiya Spitfire. So I'm going to give that a go as well. That's coming up fairly soon. So that will be a video build of some description. And I also have a figure in which I am scared to touch, but maybe I might do that through a video series. It won't be live, but it will be a video series. And you can discover with me just how hard it is and how I learn what to do with that. So that's what's coming up. Like I say, is there anything else in which you'd like to see? I spoke to Lewis the other day, and Lewis said that he really enjoyed the Sunday parade and the things that we do, which is very nice of him to say so. But yeah, maybe squeezing it in such a short time isn't practical enough. Is it something in which maybe is there a different approach that I can find? Basically, I'm not super happy with the way things are right now. So yeah, let me know what you think. Obviously on a Sunday it's very, very busy, lots of people and lots of things going on. So I don't want to tread anyone's toes or anything like that, but I need to find a way of it working better for me as much as the audience, really. So and I don't think it's working as well as it should. Anyway, enough of that. Let me know, send me a message, and yeah, all that stuff. Let's have a look at the chat. It's just coming up to 10 to 12. I am going to wrap it up very shortly. 12 people watching. Thank you for being with me for this long. We have got Wayne Cooper. Wayne Cooper says maybe a splinter cam, Russian flank colours. Oh yeah, yeah. No, actually, I quite like that idea. Nice one, Wayne. Eric, I think that is, says for Gundam Scheme, Oscar Mayer. I don't know what you mean by that. Oscar Mayer Vine Mobile. Okay, I'll Google it. Lewis, bless his heart, saying you should go longer. Yeah, you're not the only person that said that to me. Scott is saying James is the Spitfire build only Mark 1. And that, well, yes, it is Edward Kit 82152. I did a review of it. It's on the channel along with the engine, but it's a Mark 1, yeah. Scale Model Ninja saying keep it with Sunday Parade, but not your inbox reviews when you're not working. I see. Do your inbox reviews when you're not working, mate. Yeah, that's the way I've chosen to do it at the moment, because I don't want to just disappear from the Sunday slot, if you like. And if someone doesn't want to sit and watch an inbox review at 11 o'clock in the morning because they can go do something else, they can always go back to it. So there's content there for people that want to. What I might do is I might try and set them as a premiere so you could chat and interact with each other if I'm at work. So yeah, like I say, we're just tinkering with it at the moment. Mark is saying definitely a great show. Well, thank you very much. Eric saying the Wiener Mobile hot dog car, Google it. Okay, yeah. No, it's fine. Okay, yeah, I'll Google that, Eric. Yeah, thanks. Hot dog car. No, I understood that. It's fine. That Scale Model is just saying that. Was meant to say when you're at working. No, you're absolutely right. And that'll be a link for me for the car, I guess. Yeah, no, that's exactly why I did it the way I did. I hoped that people would appreciate that. But the problem with inbox reviews and that sort of thing is obviously got to have something to review that's going to be interesting, and I can review my stash. But there's not everything in my stash is interesting to everybody. So I was hoping to do some new kit reviews, just released things. Someone I know that has a model shop, not a friend or anything, just someone I know by association of the hobby. They had muted the idea of potentially lending me kits that I can review them, give them back to put back into stock. But I'm not sure that's going to work. I don't know. Be interesting if we could. The other option, obviously, as Lewis just pointed out there, is to send Lewis paper models and we watch him make paper models. Because that's what's going to happen if he mentions it one more time. Yeah, teaser. Yes, so that's how things stand at the moment. There's going to be quite a bit on the Musaru Cup build. I will film that. There's a bit of tongue-in-cheek stuff going on with the podcast, so watch out for a little bit of content in relation to that. A little bit of cooling to arms for the UK, and general fun. That's all it's meant by. So, Scale Model Ninja saying, just do what you like, what you can, mate, as your views are informative and good to watch. Well, that's nice to know. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not an expert. I don't pretend to be, but I can give an opinion like anyone else. So there you go. That's it. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to wrap it up. It's just come up to 12 o'clock. It'll give Colin and the guys time to mull over what they're going to be doing in the next half hour, grab a cup of coffee or any other things they need to do. But for now, for me in the ops room, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next week in some form. Stay tuned. Lots to be coming on. Ta-ra for now.